conjunto de GoalBall, a partir aqui do pavilhão Susana Barroso. Estamos a transmitir em direto esta que é a prova maior dos clubes mundiais. Estamos, como habitualmente, com o nosso querido amigo Bradley. Bradley, what are your expectations for this fantastic World Cup that we are starting just right now?
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting tournament. It's the first World Championship of Club GoalBall, and that's a perfect start for the Sporting CP, one of the teams who are competing in this first match. Sporting versus Vancouver. So yeah, we've got teams from all across the world, from two from Europe, two from North America, and one from South America in the men's, and in the women's we've got 4 from Europe and 1 from South America. So we're going to get these contrasting styles and different techniques. It's going to be really interesting to follow. And with Sporting CP, well, they of course if you followed our coverage of the Super European Champions League, Sporting CP reached the men's final, only losing out to Inversport from Ukraine 7-5 in that final. But Sporting have got a lot of really talented players in their team, none more so than this man, number 1, Liam Moreno, is playing on the left, and he's got Sporting second inside 30 seconds. Liam Moreno, well, he was top scorer at the Brazilian Championships that took place recently with 39. Vancouver with work to do early on. So just to confirm the 2 starting 3s for you for both teams. Sporting have number 1, Lima Moreno, number 4, Adili Sacramento, and number 8, Javier Serrato. And as for Vancouver, well, they have number 1, Ahmed Zavidavi, number 7, Doug Ripley, and number 3, Blair Nesbitt. And here is Blair Nesbitt, the number 3. He's playing out on the right wing this morning. So 2 up for Sporting CP. And just a reminder that the halves are 12 minutes. 2 halves of 12 minutes, and the clock does stop every time the ball goes out of play. But I think we're in for a real treat over these next 4 days. We've got some of the best clubs from around the world all competing against each other.
And some of them are bringing their best game, the international players, for this tournament. So I believe that it's going to be beautiful games.
Yeah, Vancouver GC have got a lot of Vancouver and the fellow Canadian team who are joining us this week, Quebec, have got a lot of the Canadian national team competing in both of the sides. Just having a quick chat with Lisa Odland before this opening game. She's the coach of Vancouver GC, and she was really excited for her and her team to be competing in this European tournament. And it's a really big step in a direction to play goalball, and not many opportunities as they'd like in the men's side of the competition. Side of things over in Canada, they of course have the Vancouver Grand Slam, which is one of their tournaments that they host, and it'll be back again in January for the 6th time. Lima Moreno out on the left wing, 360-degree throw, and he gets it in. Lima Moreno, it's 3-0 to Sporting. What a start for the hosts, and what a start it's been for Lima Moreno. 39 goals at the Brazilian Championships most recently, and he's got off to a great start this morning.
They are probably a little bit jet lagged because they have a completely different time zone. The weather it's favorable because they are coming from a really cold Vancouver with 2 degrees. Now we have in Lisbon like 14, 15, so it's probably warmer, and that's not a difficult point. But the jet lag, I assume that it's going to be a completely different ball game for them, because they should be asleep at this point.
Yeah, they've managed to get a few days here, but even the jet lag can catch up with you after a couple of days, and it's a European tournament. It's a different intensity.
I saw them training yesterday, and they were really accurate, but it was on the afternoon, so the morning probably will be more difficult.
Here is Doug Ripley, the number 7, and Ripley and Zavidavi both competed in the Canadian team at the Paralympics in 2016. Oh, deflected onto the crossbar. And if you did join us for our Champions League coverage, I think you'll be delighted to know that we're away from the where the balls could be flying towards us.
I will assume that we are safe because they are really good players and they can do really difficult things, but we are behind one of the nets, so yeah. I believe that we are as safe as we can be.
Absolutely. Good block of the feet by Blair Nesbitt. Nesbitt just comes up, stands up tall, just runs, comes to this left side, this near side, and goes down the centre, and it's blocked. So a lot of the time in goal ball, your central player will do a lot of the defensive work, as your two wingers will be your attacking threat. Here is Doug Ripley going down the centre. The reply now from Javier Serrato as he goes towards the far corner as his effort blocks. 8 minutes 20 seconds remaining in this first half. We're Sporting 3 up. Moreno will take charge of things. On the far left-hand side, he goes down that far side. It's blocked, and a quick reply from Nesbitt. And it's another big save from Limon Moreno.
A really good angle, this ball. As usual, we have Marcia Ferreira growling on the technical area. She doesn't stop. She's always moving.
Yeah, she's a very tactical coach. Is Marcia Ferreira. She coaches the men's and women's for the Sporting CP. Good block, good save, just pushing it around the post on this near side by Doug Ripley. So Vancouver playing in blue shirts with a green down the side, a mesh green, whereas Sporting in their traditional green and white hooped shirts.
Yeah, the strong colours.
Strong colours. Here is that was Sacramento with a throw down this near side. Quick reply from Ripley as his effort blocked by Sacramento.
And this is the time that I say to everyone that is watching, where are you watching from? Tell us on the comment box. And it was the 4th goal for Sporting.
Yeah, Sporting in command here early on, inside the opening 5 minutes of the GoalBall Clubs World Cup. And Sporting 4-0 to the good. Now, can Vancouver reply? Blocked down the centre by Javier Serrato. Sacramento will throw here, comes into more central position this time. Launches one down this near side, it's blocked by Ripley. Ripley will reply in his luminous orange boots. Light up the court here in Odiveles. Replies diagonally towards the far left corner, blocked by Sporting. Sporting from the TV angle are throwing from left to right, with Vancouver throwing from right to left. Powerful effort by Blair Nesbitt. Sporting deny the ball over, and it's back with Sporting. Sacramento.
Wide, please. Stay.
We're going to restart here with Zevi Davi. He throws down towards this near side. Blocked, and Sporting will have the chance to respond with Moreno, who's on the far side in front of the benches, the team benches. Blair Nesbitt now on the right side, on the far side of the court, out to play.
We have 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. As was in the European, the teams won't change the court. They will maintain their positions. This is a COVID procedure, so we won't see the teams changing during the games. but everyone is being tested, everyone is being vaccinated. It's as safe as can be for these, which are the best players of goalball in the world.
Absolutely, we're in for a real treat over these next 4 days, as we will crown the best clubs in the world on Saturday.
The day started with bad news because we won't have Punjab, which is the Pakistani team, won't be here in the venue because of visa issues. But we still have 10 of the best teams in the world to play the best goalball as they can. And Vancouver made this first goal. Now we have 4-1.
They certainly have. Vancouver have scored their first goal here at the GoalBall Clubs World Cup, the first edition of any kind of this Club World Cup.
And Sporting comes back.
Just gone out of play though on that occasion. 5 minutes remaining of this first half. Down this near side, it's blocked by Sporting. Limon Moreno on the left side. 360-degree throw down the centre is saved. And so if you are new to goalball, the court here is made of 3 zones, 18 metres by 9, the goalball court. So you have the orientation area, which is directly in front of the goal, and then you have the landing area and the neutral area. And there are certain stipulations as well. You've got to make sure that the ball lands in both the landing and the neutral area to make sure it is a fair throw. And at the moment, all the throws have been perfect, apart from some going out of play.
Yeah, but it's been a beautiful game. And as usual, we are seeing the volunteers keeping the venue in perfect conditions because no sweat or debris can be in each of the team's areas for the perfect contact between the players and the field. So, as usual, we have the perfect conditions for playing goalball. So the timeout has ended, and let's play goalball.
Absolutely.
No.
Just a quick.
The referees need to check the bandages to see the eye covers are in the perfect conditions, because some of the players can see, so they need to be checked.
Yeah, so all the players will be wearing eye shades, and that is to make it consistent across the board, so everyone's on the same level playing field.
I was just watching the Canadian technical area, and they are really happy. They are enjoying the game.
Yeah, speaking to Lisa Odland, who's one of the coaches from Vancouver before the game, they were really excited coming into a tournament where they can play in Europe and play against some of the best teams in the world. Whereas in Canada, they don't have as many major tournaments to compete and only compete against the teams around them in the country or in America. And so to actually compete against teams from Brazil and from Europe, it's really exciting for them.
I was overhearing you and Lisa, and she was telling that they are the best players of Canada are here. They made one mashup with several teams to have the best players for this tournament. So I believe that they will be one force to be recognized.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to follow the Vancouver-Quebec game when they play against each other. That'll be really interesting.
It's going to be a derby.
It will be a derby, yeah. It'll be good. Here is Sacramento, who comes to that far side and throws it down the centre as his effort blocked. So under 4 minutes remaining of this first half, Sporting lead by 4 goals to 1. Here is Limon Moreno. He throws down the centre, has his effort blocked, this time by Ahmed Zavidavi. Really good block by the feet by Doug Ripley, reacting really well. Ripley looks to go down this near side, has his effort blocked. Yeah, and speaking to Lisa about goalball in the men's side for Canada, it's still a sport that's really trying to develop and push forward. They've had more success in the women's side for Canada. They've had two world titles for Canada, and a silver and a bronze at the Paralympics in the women's side. And they're really trying to develop in the men's side of the competition.
We really need to watch the women's teams from Canada, because they will be a player that wants to come and win the championship. I believe that Marcia is really checking them out. As usual, I will apologize for my rusty English, and as usual, I will try to speak in Portuguese a little bit for the Portuguese viewers to accompany the game. Então, bocadinho de português. O Sporting está neste momento a ganhar por 4-1 contra a equipa de Vancouver, os canadianos que estão pela primeira vez a jogar na Europa. É uma equipa que reúne alguns dos melhores jogadores canadianos, não apenas a equipa de Vancouver, como foi falado ao Bradley há pouco pela Lisa, uma das treinadoras da equipa canadiana. Acreditamos que os canadianos estejam a sofrer um bocadinho de jet lag, uma vez que na sua cidade natal seriam cerca de 2 da manhã, mas é um jogo que está a ser bastante disputado entre a equipa portuguesa do Sporting, com o seu habitual equipamento verde e branco, e a equipa do Vancouver, com o seu habitual equipamento azul. Bradley, it's the first game.
Yeah.
It's going to set the tone for all the championship?
I think so. Where Sporting are a real force to be reckoned with. They've won the Champions League, the Super European GoalBall Champions League on 2 occasions. They could have won it for a 3rd time in October, but Inversport beat them 7-5 in the final. And so Sporting are certainly, I'd say, one of the favourites for the tournament. And there is that 5th goal for Sporting, just over 90 seconds before half-time. And I think for Vancouver and Quebec, it's going to be a really interesting challenge to see how they come against one of these really top sides in Sporting. I mean, Lima Moreno, Brazilian international as well. He's mentioned earlier, he scored 39 goals for Santos, I believe, at the Brazilian Championships most recently. I mean, he is a top player. They're coming up against world-class players. And it's a really good combination of Nesbitt and Ripley, who saved that one. And it's Nesbitt who goes down this near side.
It's going to be a change in the, I think, number 9 for number 4, I think. We don't have the best view for the technical area for Sporting. We have the best view for the other side, but I think it's 4 enters, 9 leaves. It made sense. It makes sense. No, 9 is entering, yes.
Yeah. 9's entering and 4 is leaving.
Okay, I saw backwards because the cards have a green card and a red card, and I was seeing backwards.
So yes, number 9, Genrik Pavlukanic is coming on, and he has replaced Adili Sacramento. So a minute remaining of this first half. VGC, as they're known, Vancouver GoalBall Club, in the blue shirts, throwing from right to left. You may hear some shouts of VGC coming from the team bench. Pavlukanic. He throws diagonally from the far side to the near side, but blocked by Doug Ripley. 25 seconds remaining. Just bounces wide of this near post throw.
Wide, please. Stay.
Oh, the ball just ricochets and into the back of the net. VGC have won. Back again.
This one I want to see the
remaining.
replay because it's a really difficult ball because bounces on the floor, and Gent enters in the net. And the first half has finished. So Bradley will check out the teams and try to understand some of the tactics that we are watching. And I'm gonna ask to our director to show some of the replays from the best moves. But he just said to my head that no replays on the first game. So we'll just watch the teams talking each other out. I see the Vancouver team, it's closer to our booth, and they are seeing some tactics, correcting some mistakes that they made in the first half. And I will now try to talk with you guys that are watching us via YouTube. Where are you watching us from? Do we have people watching us from Vancouver? From Canada? Where are you watching us from? Go to the commentary box and say something to us, to me and to Bradley. Aproveito também para falar um bocadinho em português, dizendo aos nossos espectadores que estamos com cerca de 2 minutos para o final do intervalo, deste que é o primeiro jogo do Campeonato do Mundo de GoalBall, jogado em Lisboa, desta vez não apenas em Odivelas, mas na região de Lisboa. Vamos ter os últimos 2 dias do torneio a serem jogados em Lisboa, numa jornada que vai ser mais complicada para as equipas, acreditamos nós, também pela adaptação a 2 pavilhões completamente diferentes. Neste momento o Sporting está a ganhar ao Vancouver, equipa número 1 do Canadá, porque temos a equipa número 2, que será a equipa do Canadá de Quebec. Vamos ter Canadá francófono e Canadá anglófono a jogar aqui em Portugal neste que será o grande torneio internacional de 2021, se bem que conta como 2020. É uma World Cup que estava pendente devido ao Covid, à pandemia do Covid, mas que vai ser jogada aqui neste novembro de 2021 em Lisboa. Bradley, I was just talking to our viewers that this is the GoalBall World Cup 2020 because it couldn't happen in the COVID times, so it was delayed to be played now in November here in Lisbon and not in Odivelas, in Lisbon, because you're going to have 2 venues. So, and I was trying to ask them where they are watching us for, and I just get Paula Polinaris watching us from Lisboa, really close to us.
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit cooler when we were last compared to when we were last year, which makes a massive difference. As we were talking back when we were here at the end of September, it was still relatively quite warm, and during the sort of 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, when the temperature was quite hot, it makes it a different game because you have to put a lot more effort in because of the heat. Whereas throughout the day, I think it's going to be a lot more cooler than it will be.
So we have Patrick Sheridan watching us from Vancouver, where is 2:20 a.m. So somebody won't be awakened so bright and shiny as usual.
Thank you very much for joining us.
I hope that the game deserves this kind of commitment, Patrick. And it's being a great game. We have 5-2, Sporting is winning, but Vancouver is playing a really good game. In this, that is the first one of the games of the championship.
Yeah, first of 6 games today. And just a reminder, coming up after this one, we'll have SESI, SP versus Brussels. That'll be coming up next. That'll be Brazil versus Belgium.
Yeah.
In the next one, which will be very interesting.
The B clubs. Clement is also watching us from Canada, from Vancouver.
So we get back underway in this second half with Blair Nesbitt with the throw. No changes for Vancouver at the break.
Out. We are seeing on our screens that the Brazilians are entering the pavilion and are feeling the game. They are on the back net behind the Sporting team, warming up, and for them, I believe that they really need to warm up because Brazil is a warmer place than Lisbon at this point. They are coming from the summer where it's really high temperatures in Brazil, and coming for winter Lisbon, which is not so bad because it's not so chilly as it could be, but for teams that come from the south, it's going to be harder, I believe. As you can see when they show us here in the commenters booth, Bradley, it's with a lot less clothes than I am, because for him it's warmer than the place where he comes.
It is, certainly compared to the UK. It's a few degrees warmer for sure. And that was Sporting 6th, so 6-2 now. With just under 11 minutes remaining. Here is Blair Nesbitt going down the centre. It just reaches away from Javier Serrato and it just rolls out to play. So just a reminder, the clock stops when the ball goes out to play. A diagonal throw from the far side to this near side from Pavlyuchanik for Sporting, number 9.
At this rate, we could be watching a mercy rule being applied in this game.
Yeah, so the mercy rule is when a team is leading by 10 goals. The game is stopped and that team wins. So currently, at the moment, the Sporting will need another 6 goals to apply the mercy rule. Good block down the centre by Zevi. So the central player doing a lot of the defensive work. It's a ball over, back to Sporting. And Sacramento looks to go down this near side of Gun. Another block by Zevi. Oh, and it just creeps under the body. Oh, Pavlyuchanik. And it's 6-3. Vancouver just not going away. Every time you get the sense that Sporting are going to push ahead, Vancouver really sticking at the job. Making it tough for Sporting. And credit to Vancouver. Another block by Ahmed Zevidavi. 2 coaches, Lisa Odland and Darren Hamilton, standing on the edge of the team bench area, observing and encouraging their team. Sacramento on this near side. Goes down this near side and blocked by the legs by Ripley.
Great feet work from them.
Yeah, Doug Ripley's pulled off a few really good saves with his feet so far. Really spreading your body across the goal line, trying to cover as much ground as you possibly can. Skimming effort down the centre is blocked. Here's the reply by Nesbitt. Nesbitt has his effort saved by Pavlyuchanik. Just hands over duties to Sacramento. Comes to that far side, goes down the centre. So a reminder that Sporting throwing from left to right, with Vancouver throwing from right to left. Vancouver in the blue shirts, with Sporting in the green and white hooped shirts. Throw down this centre, almost touching, skimming along the touchline. Reply is also blocked by Sacramento. So it remains 6-3 to Sporting with just under 9 minutes to go.
So they are trying to eat our cameraman.
Yes, they can't hit us as easily, so they're going for the cameraman now.
We are protected this time. We are behind the net.
Straight out to play by Blair Nesbitt. So a lot of these players from Canadian teams from Vancouver and Quebec both in the national teams, players in the top of the game in Canada. Oh, it's a really good effort that just skims the post on this near side from Vancouver. Here's the reply down the centre by Doug Ripley. Blocked in the centre. Sacramento just leans on the crossbar and throws down the centre and finds the back of the net. 7-3.
Goal!
Sporting back in control here. 7-3. Now can Vancouver respond again? Good effort on this near side. It's blocked. Sacramento goes for it again. It's another good block by the feet of Doug Ripley. Ripley will throw. Coming from the centre, down the centre. It's a bouncing effort. But a long ball has been called. It's the first penalty chance of the game. Doug Ripley gives it away for a long ball. So he threw it into the landing area and it bounced over the neutral area and into the Sporting landing area. So it's deemed a long ball. So it's going to be a penalty. One player from Vancouver. Oh, and it's wide from Vancouver. It's wide at this near post. Doug Ripley was standing in the centre of his goal. Vancouver coming to this near side. It just skims the post. Blair Nesbitt with the effort, blocked. Vancouver makes up for the effort. Good save by Ripley again, although it just bounces over the body of Ripley and into the back of the net. And they do have their 8th. Now are Sporting going to go through the gears now. So timeout called, and the coaches Lisa Odland, Darren Hamilton, and Nick Gentleman, who's in the playing squad for Vancouver, but is staff for this game. You can only name 6 players in your squad for each game, and both of these teams have over 6 players, which is a big help, as we've had teams in the past that have only had 3 players, and it's a lot tougher for sure.
We are not seeing that at this point. Every team has their players to change and to approach the best tactics for the game. So.
Quiet, please. Play.
So a reminder that each team has 10 seconds to reply from every throw, so you've got to get the throw away inside the 10 seconds, and Sporting just pushed the ball out deliberately just to make sure they didn't avoided the penalty. And it's going to be another throw here. Ball over for Vancouver, down the centre from Nesbitt. It's blocked down the centre by Sporting. Sacramento almost sandwiched in between the post and the crossbar, goes down this near side, blocked by Ripley. Ripley stands up tall, leans on the crossbar and launches the ball down the centre. Saved by the chest of Javier Serrato. Here is Pavlukanik. Launches one down that far side. It's well wide of the right post. The right post of Vancouver's goal. And it's going to be a reply here by Blair Nesbitt. Nesbitt is crouching forward, fizzes one down that far side. It's in off the post and in. And Vancouver really not going away. And every time you just get the sense that Sporting could push ahead. Vancouver just hold them back. It's huge credit to Vancouver. Blocked down the centre by Vancouver, and Ripley will now return just standing left of centre, goes down this near side. It's cleared away by Sacramento.
Wide, please. Play.
The block. Nesbitt will now have the opportunity to throw, just touches the top of the crossbar, leans against the post and throws down that far side, and it's blocked over the crossbar by Pavlukanic. 6 minutes remaining then of this second half.
Quiet, please. Play. Out. Quiet, please. Play.
6 minutes on the clock. And Sporting is winning 8 goals to 4. In this, that is the first game of the day and the first game of the tournament. Sporting is playing against Vancouver, where are 2:30 a.m. for the locals. So thank you for watching and being with us and with your home team. I believe it's a good sacrifice. Afterwards, we're going to have the B countries play. Brazil against Belgium, with SESI São Paulo against AV2 Bruxelles. Both of the teams are already here. We can watch them.
So another one back for Vancouver, 8-5, just closing the gap. Can they really rally here in these final 5 minutes to close the gap even further on Sporting? Here is Nesbitt down the centre. Awkward one, but blocked comfortably in the end by Javier Serrato.
One thing that is surprising is that we are not seeing penalties. The game is being played by the book, by the rules.
Yeah, both teams
really fought off.
Yeah, composed, aren't
Yeah.
they, both teams? Absolutely.
Lock down. Wide, please. Play. Substitution when called. Out, number 1. In, number 2.
So number 1 leaves, number 2 enters for the Vancouver team.
So yes, so number 1 is out, so that is Amen Zevid Davi, and he is replaced by number 2 Aaron Gabriel Hannes, who is coming on for Vancouver. Aaron Gabriel Hannes.
Para os nossos espectadores em português, o jogo está neste momento com 4 minutos e 30 segundos no relógio, 4 minutos e 33 no relógio. O Vancouver acabou de fazer uma substituição e o Sporting ganha por 8-5. O Sporting está a ganhar à equipa canadiana do Vancouver neste que é o primeiro jogo da GoalBall Clubs World Cup. Já a seguir teremos o Brasil, São Paulo contra Bruxelas da Bélgica. O jogo das duas equipas com B. E o Vancouver acaba de marcar o seu 6º golo. Vancouver just made a goal. The 6th.
Yeah, Vancouver.
They are not letting it easy.
Certainly not. They're creeping up and just closing in on the scoreline. And I think the heart rates of these Sporting CB players will start to increase as they thought they might have had this game already won. I know Marcia definitely didn't think the game was already won. Would have been expecting a fight back.
So, replacement, number 9 leaves, number 1 enters in Sporting team.
Pavlukanic leaves the court and is replaced by number 1, Limon Moreno. And that's not surprising at all. Moreno, her They're a star attacking player. Looks maybe to
One of
try
the best
and,
players in the world.
certainly is. So we're aiming to try and finish this game off.
Quiet, please. Play.
Vamos ver entrar agora Moreno, um dos melhores jogadores do mundo, premiado recentemente na equipa do Sporting, que neste momento já vê a sua distância de vantagem bastante pequena. A dada altura estiveram com mais de 4 golos de vantagem, neste momento estão apenas com 2 e temos cerca de 3 minutos e 37 segundos no relógio para jogar esta que é a segunda parte do primeiro jogo da GoalBall World Cup, jogada desta vez em Lisboa.
Quiet, please. Play.
So 3 minutes remaining. Only 2 goals in it between Sporting and Vancouver. It's been a brilliant opening game. Lots of twists and turns, really good finishes, good defensive work. Sporting looking to try and hold on and claim the first win of the competition as hosts. 3 minutes remaining in this second half. Here's Limon Moreno with an awkward one that just goes past the right post.
Wide, please. Play.
Launched down the centre by Blair Nesbitt, and it's blocked. Sacramento with his effort that's blocked, and Nesbitt looks to reply, but it's well wide in the end. So 2.5 minutes remaining, Sporting leading by 8 goals to 6.
Wide, please. Play.
Oh, and the ball just bobbles wide of this near post. Heart in mouth moment for Vancouver. 2 minutes 22 seconds remaining. Launched down this near side, blocked by Sporting.
So we have less than 2.5 minutes to play. Sporting is winning 8 goals to 6, but the game hasn't ended. This is a really close call. 2 goals, 1 goal.
Wow, that is a brilliant finish from Blair Nesbitt down this far side of the court. It almost just skimmed along the touchline and whistled past Limon Moreno. And it's 8-7. Who would have thought this? When it was 8-3, what a comeback this has been from Vancouver. And there's still 2 minutes remaining.
And
but what a reply.
1 goal for Sporting.
What a reply.
9-7.
Limon Moreno, he is a class act, and he comes up with the big finish at the big moment in this opening game of the GoalBall Clubs World Cup. Off the post from
So we're gonna have to repaint it.
Wide, please.
fresh paint after every game. It was off the post from.
They scratched the paint.
And good effort from Moreno is saved, diving to his right by Blair Nesbitt, who just pushes it past the post. So just over 90 seconds remaining then, and it's Sporting who lead by 9 goals to 7. A crucial goal by Limon Moreno to make it 9-7 could be the difference here between the two teams. Thrown down the centre, it's blocked by Gabriel Hannes. Oh, a long ball called against Doug Ripley. So now this is the opportunity you feel now for Sporting to claim the win here.
Yeah.
Really big opportunity. And it's Doug Ripley again, his second penalty he's conceded.
If I'm not mistaken, the first penalty. Second. Okay.
And it's going to be that man, Limon Moreno, standing in the centre of his goal, with Doug Ripley standing in the centre. Moreno,
And it's a goal.
It's in the back of the net.
10-7. Golo do Sporting. 10 para o Sporting, 7 para o Vancouver.
And that is,
Cerca de 1 minuto e 14 no relógio.
that is the difference between a really good side and a very good side. Because Sporting have come up with the big moments when they needed, when they're under pressure, they stayed calm.
They put the pedal to the metal and anything could happen.
Oh, off the post, and it might have actually got a little touch from Blair Nesbitt.
Quiet, please. 3.
But the Vancouver technical area, it's happy. We are watching it, and they have something in their pockets, something in their sleeve. It's just the first game, and just put a timeout.
Yeah, there's still a long way to go
Yeah.
in this.
We're gonna
Club
be
World Cup.
here until Saturday, when we'll find out who are the new world champions.
Absolutely. Sounds nice, that, doesn't it? You say the new world champions.
Yeah,
It's got a nice ring
it's
to
the
it.
truth. So we're gonna watch some replays. We're gonna have some. Oh, we already have replays. They drank their coffee. It's really on the angle of the net, that goal. They have great precision. Now we have the Moreno. No, we don't have the Moreno goal. It's early in the morning here in Lisbon.
Only the first game. Here is Blair Nesbitt, who's actually come out to this near side now, blocked it by the feet of Javier Serrato. And what Sporting will do now is they'll try and use up the whole 10 seconds, try and run down this clock, take as much time as they can.
Goal.
And that's another one for
That's the
Sporting.
11th goal. Goal for Sporting.
And that is game, set and match. This is now for Sporting. They are going to claim the first win of this GoalBall Clubs World Cup in the men's side of the competition.
E vamos com 11 golos para o Sporting, 7 golos para o Vancouver, neste que é o primeiro jogo da World Cup, jogado aqui em Lisboa, mais precisamente neste momento em Odivelas. A seguir vamos ter o Bruxelles contra o São Paulo, um embate que será o segundo jogo do dia, neste que será o primeiro dos 4 dias de torneio a ser jogado. E acaba assim. And it ends.
And there we go. Marcia Ferreira is delighted that she puts both hands in the air and comes onto the court to hug her players. It's been a brilliant start.
And they're going to do their scream. They always do.
Yeah, the iconic Sporting roar after every game.
We can start saying goodbye to our viewers, telling them that we'll be here in less than 10 minutes for the next game. Daqui a 10 minutos, mais coisa menos coisa, voltaremos para o segundo jogo, que será o Bruxelas-São Paulo. Estamos a terminar por aqui este primeiro jogo. And now I will let Bradley say goodbye and we'll be back in 10 minutes. or
First
less.
game done, second game coming up very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Be back. Until then. Na Barroso, aqui em Odivelas, para um jogo fantástico que será o São Paulo-Bruxelas. Olá, São Paulo, olá, Brasil. Estamos a transmitir em direto de Portugal, de Lisboa, com estas duas fantásticas equipas e, como habitualmente, faremos a transmissão tanto em português, dentro do possível, como a transmissão internacional em inglês com o Bradley Hope. Bradley, second game of the day.
Second game of the day, and I think this one's going to be a fascinating watch and fascinating game to follow. We've got SESI SP from Brazil. Now, the Brazilian team, it'll be very interesting to find out their style. Playing in the white shirts. First throw here from apply down the centre, it is blocked.
I've been talking with the Brazilian coach, and he was telling me that the jet lag was not a big issue because they arrived yesterday and they are being doing some techniques to minimize those inconveniences. And the weather is not a problem also because in Brazil it's not that warm this year. So the climate issues are advantage to the São Paulo São Paulo team. We have been seeing some questions about the Punjab team, that it's not first goal for Brazil. I need to say this. Goal to Brazil, zil. It's a dream come true.
Well, there we go. The first game, first goal.
First goal for Brazil.
For
So,
SESP.
as I was talking, Punjab is not coming. They have visa issues, and they are not coming to the tournament. It's a really sad situation for everyone. So we are not seeing the 4 games from the second goal to Brazil. Segundo gol do Brasil. Brasil está neste momento a vencer por 2-0 Bruxelles.
Yeah, number 2.
So it's a goal to Brazil. Will.
2-0 to SESI SP, the team from Brazil.
I'm not sure that the teams will win for no appearance from the Punjab team, or if the games are annulled themselves and the points don't count. I'm not sure. We'll check with the organization and we'll tell you guys in the next games, I think.
So yeah.
But we'll not have both of the Pakistani teams, the women's and the men's, will not come to the tournament. So that's the sad news that we have to tell you at this point. The good news that we have excellent 10 teams to try to get the World Cup.
Absolutely.
Saturday. Oh, the third goal to Brazil.
Well, they are motoring at SESI SP, and it's Jose Marcelo Souza, who was part of that Brazil team that won the gold medal at the Paralympics in the summer, beating China in the final. Oh, and it's a penalty conceded against
So it could be the fourth.
Osmanaj. And it could be a 4-0 inside the opening 2 minutes. Oh, and it's just wide. From Sosa, it still remains 3-0 to SESI SP. Tanditi launching them down this far side. Pushed around the post by Sosa, who's come over to this far side of the court for SESI SP. SESI playing in black and red shirts. It's a really interesting throw technique from Sosa, who throws underneath his legs, facing away from the goal. So the team from Sao Paulo in Brazil, have they got a fourth? They have got a fourth this time.
Quarto gol do Brasil. O Brasil está a ganhar por 4-0 e faltam 9 minutos e meio da primeira parte. So you're going to see the replay of this goal. It's a little confusion on the Brussels team.
So substitution for Brussels, number 7, Umdet Osmanaj comes off and is replaced by number 3, Yusuf Bihai.
So the Brazilian team is winning by 4 goals to the Brussels. We have 9.5 minutes more or less on the clock. And we have out.
So the block that time from Ibrahim Tanditi. Number 2, and he launches one down that far side. It's blocked. And the reply comes quickly down that far side from Sosa. almost just back and forth between Sousa and Tenditi on that far side of the court. So Sousa just takes a second to pause. And he comes to this near side, launches one, and it's deflected into the back of the net. It's
É o
5-0.
quinto golo do Brasil. Zil. And we have good news on the commenters box because we just received coffee. So now we're gonna have coffee. We're gonna be turbocharged. So my director is telling us on my headset that I need to say Brazil with an R. Brasil.
So just under 9 minutes remaining, and SESI SP leading by 5-0. What a start it has been. Brussels, of course, they had a successful Champions League back in October. They claimed the bronze medal in the Men's Champions League in October, beating GC Perun, Jan Boschak's GC Perun. Glilson Mapreni was the top scorer, but he's not with the squad this time. Oh, and it's a sixth. SESI SP, they are motoring, going through the gears. It was a diagonal throw from the far side to this near side, and it was a really powerful throw. It couldn't be stopped.
Sexto gol do Brasil. O Brasil está neste momento a ganhar. São Paulo, onde são 8:10 da manhã. In São Paulo, it's 8:10 in the morning. So it's not that hard. E quem é que nos está a ver do Brasil? Não estou a ver comentários brasileiros na nossa chatbox no YouTube. Para todos os brasileiros que nos estão a ouvir e alguns que são da equipa tricolor ou algo do género, eu estou a ouvir alguma coisa como a torcida tricolor. Brasileiros que nos estão a ver e a ouvir, por favor, digam alguma coisa na nossa chatbox. Devem estar bem contentes. Estão a ganhar por 6-0. They are really happy, the Brazilians, because they are winning 6-0 to Brussels.
So substitution for Brussels. Rojan Mapreni comes on, and he's replaced Kimio Dijmal, the number 4. Dijmal. Save down the centre. Yusuf Bihai goes down towards this near side. It's a comfortable block by Alex Sousa. So Marcio Sousa throws from the near side down the centre. It's blocked. Even Nilson Silva just passes to his teammate Sousa on the right side and throws diagonally towards the far side, where it goes wide of the right post. Blocked away by the chest of Alex Sousa on this near side. Reminder that SESI SP are throwing from left to right.
Então, relembrando os nossos espectadores em português que o São Paulo está neste momento a ganhar por 7-0. Acabou de acontecer um golo do Brasil. Brasil-São Paulo, aqui representado neste World Cup de GoalBall, jogado em Lisboa. The seventh for
SESI, and they are 3 away from claiming victory inside the first half. And what a remarkable win this would be. Their first game for both of these teams in this GoalBall Club's World Cup. I was actually just reading an interview with the coach Diego Coretes, saying that they were very motivated to be able to represent Brazil in an international scenario. And as it's the first edition, everything will be new, but the organisation left everything well aligned so that there is a super productive competition. And it's certainly proving to be a fantastic start for SESI SP.
So we are receiving some shattering about José Márcio, which is called Parazinho in Brazilian. Parazinho, José Márcio. Yeah, Parazinho. I don't know if it's about the Pará state, because they have a state of the Pará, or because he stops, because Parazinho he stops. I'm not sure. We'll be checking out the chat box. 7 goals of advantage for SESI from São Paulo. And
So SESI SP were competing in the Brazilian Championships, but it was Santos that came out on top in the men's side of those Brazilian Championships very recently, in fact.
see, we just need to wait a few seconds and they call. He's from the Pará state. It's a state, one of the Brazilian states. It's the Estado do Pará, and he probably comes from Pará and is the Parazinho. Thank you, Vinicius. Vinicius, that is a name that here in Portugal is associated with Vinicius Moraes, which is the writer of the Ipanema Girl. You know that, olha que coisa mais linda. You never heard?
No.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
beautiful. It's because of the Brazilian girl and the way that she moves.
Ah. So 6 minutes remaining of this first half. SESI SP in total control. Throw down the centre is pushed away.
Quiet, please. Play.
Here is the substitute, Wallace.
So 7 goals, less than 6 minutes for the end of the first half, and we are expecting the mercy rule. Now the bets is in the first half or in the second half. The 8th goal, oitavo golo do SESI de São Paulo. Brasil,
So 2 more goals for SESI SP to claim the victory inside the first half. What a start this has been from the team from São Paulo.
So I have the response from the organization. The games with the Panja team, the Pakistani team will be annulled. So they don't count for the tournament. So they don't lose because the games won't happen due to visa issues.
Quiet, please. Play.
Yeah, real shame that they couldn't make it to this tournament. It would have been really interesting to follow their progress throughout the tournament. Good block down the centre, pushed away. 5 minutes remaining. SESI SP leading by 8 goals to 0. Playing from the far side down the centre, it's blocked in the middle by Brussels. Only Yusuf Bihai. Brussels to respond again. Saved down the centre. SESI just taking their time and composure. And launching one down this near side, and it's again blocked.
We are not watching Brussels fans on our chat box. Are they asleep? Because in Brussels, it's like 15 p.m. They're probably lunching, having some lunch or something. Brussels fans, tell us something about the fantastic team that you send us from the AV2 Brussels, which is at this point sadly losing 8-0 to SESI Brazil São Paulo.
So response down that far side by Ibrahim Tamditi. Venomous effort that just goes past the right post of the Brussels goal by Wallace. Yusuf Bihai, that's the dummy run on this near side. Often see that players without the ball will make a sharp sudden movement to try and put off the opposition team. Bit of a tactic. Just sandwiched underneath the body of Tamditi.
Do you believe that we can see the mercy rule in the first half?
Very easily we could do. We saw SESI SP really on top form this morning. Although Brussels just starting to almost get a grip of this game after a whirlwind opening first half, which they find themselves 8 goals down.
Time-out for SESI de São Paulo. Acabaram de pedir time-out para reagruparem e falarem pouco com os jogadores. O treinador, que estava muito animado esta manhã, eu estive a falar pouco com ele, estava-me a dizer que o jet lag não é problema nesta altura, que chegaram ontem a Lisboa, que a diferença de temperatura também não vai afetar muito, porque São Paulo não estava assim tão quente quando partiram de lá, no início da semana, e claramente o resultado está à vista. 8-0 para o SESI de São Paulo, que vence nesta altura o Bruxelles, aqui neste que é o segundo jogo do torneio da World Cup de GoalBall, jogado em Lisboa.
So 3 minutes 13 seconds remaining in this first half, and SESI SP in total control as it currently stands. Good block down the centre by Yusuf Bihai. He claims it in the landing area. Just passes it to his teammate, who has to launch it quickly down the centre. Another comfortable block in the end though by Silva. Alex Sosa responds with a fizzing effort down the centre. It's such a unique throwing style from Alex Sosa. He is able to get a lot of power into those throws by throwing the ball straight from his head down underneath his body and through his legs.
It's the same technique that we see in the Brazilian girl in the sporting team. Out. The game slowed down a bit at this point. We are watching. I think SESI is lifting a little bit the pedal.
Quiet, please. Play.
Can Brussels just frustrate SESI even further? Oh, it's a good save, taken really well by Olja Maprani. Long ball called though against Maprani, and this is an opportunity now for SESI to go 9-0 up and to be 1 away from recording a 10-0 victory. Maprani standing in the centre of his goal, throwing from left to right now for SESI. Great save! Brilliant save from Olja Maprani. He scampered across to this near side and cleared it away with his body. Brilliant save by Maprani, and it remains 8-0. Now, can Brussels just build on that momentum? Alex Sosa, good save again by Maprani. His heart must be beating at a million miles an hour now.
Out. It's a technical movement, this kind of throwing the ball out, because they only have 10 seconds to have the ball in their court. So it's preferable to send the ball out and guarantee that they don't suffer the penalty. We have been here in September trying new rules with digital clocks counting the 10 seconds rule, and with VAR to test the VAR for next tournaments. We are expecting the results from the International Association of GoalBall, but the rules are the same. They are just implemented in a different way. And it's an out. 1 minute, 14 seconds in the clock for the first half. Brazil with SESI São Paulo winning 8-0. Now in Portuguese. Faltam 1 minuto e 6 segundos no relógio. O SESI de São Paulo está a vencer por 8-0 o Bruxelles da Bélgica. Estamos nos segundos finais desta que é a primeira parte do segundo jogo do GoalBall World Cup 2020, jogado aqui em novembro de 2021 em Lisboa, Portugal. So we're gonna get the second half, probably.
So just over 30 seconds remaining of this first half with SESI São Paulo in total control, leading by 8-0. Brussels going to have to need a big second half to come close to this scoreline. But they've really fought back in the last couple of minutes. Big penalty save from a Preni a minute or so ago. Just frustrating SESI SP. Oh, what a save, tipping it around by the sole of his feet. Ibrahim Tinditi using his sole of his foot just to push the ball past the right post, and he's going to respond on that far side of the court. It's out of play.
And it's going to go. Oh.
So the hooter goes.
It could be the 9th, but the clock saved them. It's the saved by the bell.
Saved by the bell, saved by the hooter this time for Brussels. So there will be a break of 3 minutes in between the two halves. And it's SESI SP who are leading by 8-0. A reminder that the two teams won't swap. The swap sides or team benches, they'll stay in the same team bench. And players and coaches just trying to create a little bit of an atmosphere here at the venue.
Aproveito para cumprimentar os nossos espectadores no Brasil e em todo o mundo e pedir-lhes para nos dizerem de onde estão a assistir. Estão a assistir diretamente de São Paulo, das cidades vizinhas, como, sei lá, Ribeirão Preto, que fica muito bem perto de São Paulo, bem perto, relativamente, ou de outros sítios. Onde é que estão a assistir a este fantástico jogo em que o São Paulo vence por 8-0? E quando digo São Paulo, digo o SESI de São Paulo. Já percebi que há aqui alguma rivalidade entre o São Paulo oficial e o SESI, mas aqui estamos a defender esta que é a cidade brasileira que representa o GoalBall por estes dias, aqui em Portugal, na World Cup. And for our Belgian viewers, where are you watching us from? Tell us that you are watching your brave team that is trying to overcome this powerful São Paulo team of SESI.
Yeah, certainly in these opening two games, we've had Sporting beat Vancouver by 11-7, and it turned out to be quite a close encounter between the two teams, with Sporting being 8-3 up. But in this game, at the moment, SESI SP in control, leading by 8-0. And can they finish the game off inside the opening couple of minutes? It was a bit of a fight back actually from Brussels in those last 2 or 3 minutes. The unique throwing style of Alex Sosa of the Brazil team. So SESI SP coming all the way from Brazil to compete in this first edition of the GoalBall Club's World Cup here in Lisbon.
Então são 11 horas e 27 minutos aqui em Lisboa, 8 horas e 27 minutos no Brasil, em São Paulo, e são 12 horas, ou meio-dia e 28 em Bruxelas, e estão 15 minutos no relógio para começar esta que será a segunda parte do SESI AV Brussels. Temos muita gente a assistir-nos do Brasil, no Mauá, em São José dos Campos, em São Paulo, Brasil. E we have people of the referees Brazilian team reunited in the Training Center for Paralympics in São Paulo. Yeah. So we have a lot of people watching. I hope that the broadcast is getting to you guys in perfect conditions. And we also have Je te regarde Pamela. Jacob Nicholas is talking in French, so I believe this is from Belgium. A todos os nossos espectadores brasileiros, um grande abraço. Espero que a transmissão esteja a chegar em perfeitas condições. Temos aqui alguns brasileiros na equipa que mandam um abraço para todos os que vos amam.
So back underway with Brussels throwing from right to left. And SESI throwing from left to right, and the substitution, Dennis Oliveira comes on for SESI SP in the place of Nelson Silva, number 5. So Dennis Oliveira is on. Branny launches one down this near side, it's blocked. And the response is going to be here from Dennis Oliveira, his second throw since coming onto the court. It tips over the...
É o 9º golo do Brasil. SESI São Paulo marca o 9º golo e fica assim a um golo da Mercy Rule. One goal left.
One goal needed. It went just tipped over the arm of Yusuf Bihai and into the back of net. It's 9-0 to SESI. One throw, one goal will do it now for the team from Sao Paulo. Will it be Wallace who gets it down the centre? No, blocked by Bihai. Yusuf Bihai standing tall, just leaning on the crossbar. 360-degree throw. It's parried, but picked up at the second attempt. Now Wallace. Alex Sosa, that's
Goal.
the 10th. And that is the victory for SESI SP. 10-0 to SESI SP. What a start from the team from Brazil with 11 minutes remaining in this second half. A comprehensive performance from SESI SP. And Brussels, well, they'll have to pick themselves up and go again. They don't have another game today. They'll be playing again tomorrow. But what a start this has been from SESI SP. So impressive. And the likes of Alex Sosa with that unique throwing style, causing so many problems for this Brussels defence. And here's the mark of respect between the two teams. But what a start it's been for SESI SP. 10-goal victory.
Para os nossos espectadores brasileiros, acabou de acabar o jogo com o Bruxelles, uma vitória perfeita de 10-0, que permite assim o terminar do jogo antes do final do relógio. Voltaremos dentro de momentos para mais um jogo na categoria feminina, em que vamos ver o Sporting contra o Hércules, já nas categorias femininas. Voltaremos perto do meio-dia, 12 horas, hora de Lisboa, para mais um fantástico jogo desta World Cup. We'll be back with the females teams, the first game, and we'll be back in half an hour or something.
Yeah, for our first female game, Sporting CP versus UFC Hercules, coming up next.